Hey, hi everyone. Good morning.
Morning, ma'am. Very good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning. So, as today is the first class, we will wait for 2-3 more minutes, and exactly at 7:40 we will start.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Okay, so welcome everyone to the course. So what we will do today is, most of you, I think, attended my last demo sessions where I have explained about the course content, duration, the scope, everything, right? And also I have answered all of your queries. If today is your first class, you have not attended the last few demos, what I will request is, please go through the demo recordings which will be available. It is also available in YouTube. You can check, or maybe Institute can provide you the previous class demo recordings, which will give you a clarity on the on everything, right? So with respect to the content, we have not started anything. Today is the first day where we are going to start with the content. So what we will do, what is the takeaway? What is the takeaway for today's class? So the takeaway for today's class, we will not do much. Today we will be mostly, it is focused on software installation, right? We will be installing the software installation, right? I want to make sure everything is installed in your system perfectly. Okay, so software installation, and we will be discussing about Jupyter Notebook. So Jupyter Notebook is the IDE which we are going to use for this entire course. Even for advanced course also we are going to use Jupyter Notebook. So it is very good if you can understand and kind of create your own notebooks, right? So today I'll give you at high level, but what is your assignment is, after today's class, you go and make yourself very much comfortable in Jupyter Notebook by looking the video that I am going to upload today for Jupyter Notebook tutorial. Here also I will tell you, but in detail you will find from that tutorial. Okay. So what is the objective for today's class? What we will do today is, we will make sure all the softwares are installed properly in our system, and also the Jupyter Notebook, how to use it, right? At least if you know how to open, how to write a Python file, how to save it, how to upload, very basic things if you know, then after tomorrow's class when I share the notes with you, at least you can download and upload and then write few simple Python code in your Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so that is the takeaway. Now, if you are joined today, if today is a new class and first class and you have some queries to ask, first what I will request you is to go through the recording where I have already answered all of the questions. And after that, if you have any specific question which has not been answered in the demo recording, I can answer. Maybe in tomorrow's class or any other class, you can ask. Okay, so let's start with the installation first. Okay, so Python is one of the very simple language. Okay, anybody can understand Python. If you don't have a programming background, also you can understand Python very well. So what you will do is come to Google and just type Anaconda Python download. What you need to type? Anaconda Python download. So I'll tell you what is this Anaconda, right? So this Anaconda is nothing but it's a wait, come to the installation document. So Anaconda is an open source platform for Python. It is a all-in-one platform where along with Python you will also get other things. What all are the other things? Other things are nothing but you will get Python, Jupyter Notebook ID, you will get Spider ID, you will get, right? It also will install most of the important softwares, software in the sense the tools or libraries required in Python. For example, Python is a library enriched language. Why Python is very popular? Maybe in tomorrow's session when we will start with the content, when we will start with Python initial basic Python like variable flow structure and everything, when we start tomorrow, I will explain you what all are the few properties of Python, right? But Python is very famous because it is easy to use, right? You, me, like everybody can use it. And why it is easy to use? Because for everything in Python, you will find a package. For everything in Python, you will find a package available. For example, machine learning. We have scikit-learn. Every algorithm is implemented. For visualization, we have Seaborn and Matplotlib, right? For IoT, for network engineer, for test automation, for every domain, if you go, for everything we have a package available already, right? So that's the reason Python is very famous or popular. Now all of these packages are external packages, right? Third party packages or libraries. If you're using Anaconda, most of the important packages will be installed for you, so you can directly start using it, right? But if you are using Python and then you are using other IDs, you can use any ID that you want to use. There is no restriction from my side, but most of the coding file that I am going to share is in Jupyter Notebook format. Apart from Jupyter, we have other IDs like PyCharm is there. You can write your code using Atom. You can write your code using VS Code. There are so many options, anything you can use. But in this course, I will be using Jupyter Notebook. Okay. So what we will do now, we will install it. So come here and go to, so if you simply type, so if you see here, what is Anaconda? Anaconda is a free and open source distribution of Python and R programming languages for scientific computing that aims to simplify package management and deployment. The distribution includes data science packages suitable for Windows, Linux, and Mac. So what do you mean by data science packages? Many of the data science packages like NumPy, Pandas, Seaborn, Matplotlib are already implemented or installed in Anaconda. If you download and install Anaconda, all of these data science packages will also be installed, right? So as a user, you can directly start using it. Along with that, you will find you will also find 2 or 3 IDs. I'll tell you what else you will find. So what we will go is we will go to the website. We'll go to Anaconda. No. So you no need to do anything. So Python installation is not needed. Anaconda will install Python for you. Okay. Along with Python, you will find everything here. So here, if you press, if you click on Anaconda, this Python installer, right? So I will share the link in the chat window, and also I will share you the installation document file. Okay, what I will do is I will share the installation document file where I will where I will list all of these links. Okay, so this is the link you need to come, and here in Anaconda, if you go to Anaconda and then you check on Python installation, you will come here. So you can see there are three basic installation. One is for Windows, one is for Mac, and one is for Linux. So as per your operating system, right? As per your operating system, you can select the installer. For example, mine is Windows. So which I will select 64-bit graphical installer. Also, you check whether your system is 32-bit or 64-bit. Most of you may have a 64-bit. So you can select 64-bit graphical installer, which is 466 MB. Let me repeat. So we are installing Python now. How to install? Go to Google, type Anaconda Python download. Once you get the link, I have posted the link in the chat window. You can copy paste that link in your notepad if you have, right? Go to that link and then select your respective operating system, Windows, Mac, Linux. Let's say this I have selected. So once I have selected, you can see download starting. So you can see here, download is starting. It is 467 MB, right? It is starting. I already have Anaconda installed in my system, so I'm not going to install it again. But what I mean to say is I'm just stopping this. Once this exe file is downloaded, it's a very straightforward installation. Once this exe file is downloaded, you can click next, 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 and done. So you can do it now. If you have time, you can do it now along with me if your internet speed is okay, because it is something around 466 MB. So if your internet speed is slow, then it may take some 10-15 minutes for you. So you can do it after the class. But if your internet speed is good, you can download it right now. Okay. So once you download it, .exe, click next, 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 and done. So I will pause here for 2 minutes. Okay. If you want to do along with me, you can do it. In the meantime, if you have any query so far, you can ask. Is it clear so far or any doubt?
Ma'am, in my system already Python and PyCharm is installed. Will this impact that one, ma'am, if I do it again, Anaconda?
Python, okay, so it
Because
may
of Python Selenium, yeah, because of Python Selenium, I have installed Python 3.0 and PyCharm where I'm currently using it. So if I do
okay.
this, yeah.
No, it will not hamper because Python versions are different. But sometimes, you know, if you do not install Anaconda in the same drive, install in some other location. Okay, so you can install, no problem. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
If you install in the same drive, sometimes it may get like conflict can happen if you install later packages, right? So better you install in a completely different drive. You can install Anaconda, no problem. And Anaconda Jupyter Notebook is very famous tool for data science. So you should know Jupyter. You can use any ID of your choice, but Jupyter you should know, because VS Code is also nowadays supporting Jupyter Notebook. Google Colab is using Jupyter Notebook, supporting. It's a kind of Jupyter Notebook only. So most of the data science applications in production also we are running on Jupyter Notebook. That's the one of the famous IDE. Right, so Jupyter Notebook is a mandatory ID you should know. Along with that, any other ID of your choice, you can use it. Okay, installation is done.
So we can install Jupyter instead of the Anaconda if we have Python already?
Yes, you can do that as well. You can do that. So if you have Python already exist, you can install Jupyter. So there is a command, separate Jupyter installation you have to do.
Okay.
But my recommendation will be use Anaconda. Why? If you are going for, not now, but if you are going for advanced course also, we will be creating different virtual environment. If you join, some of you join in today's class, right? Advanced class. I was telling you. So this kind of virtual environment we will be creating. So we can, like, this is easy. Most of the complex packages like OpenCV and other thing, if I install using Conda, it is easy. If I use pip install, sometimes I may get error. So it is recommended to use Anaconda, especially if you are working in data science related thing. For intermediate, it is okay. If you're going for advanced, I'm saying for intermediate, everything you can do without Anaconda. Also, you have to install Jupyter Notebook separately with Python and other IDE. Okay. For others, if you don't have Python, this is the, like, you can install Anaconda. Is it done? I think Vinod, is for you. It is done. Okay. Other any other who already completed the installation? So nothing. Just exe file once it is downloaded. Next, 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 next. Finish. Installation is done. Right. Now everything is set. Python is installed, Jupyter is installed, Spider is installed, packages are installed, everything is done. You are set. So how to check, right? Installation is done. How to check whether it is working or not? Now, who all has installed successfully? Check along with me. What you can do is you open your, if you are Mac or you are using Linux system, you can go to home folder or wherever you have installed, or you open your terminal. What you can open is terminal. And if you are a Windows user, what you can do is you open your start window. So in here you can see Anaconda 3. In Mac also, in home folder, wherever you have installed, you will find a folder called Anaconda 3. Let me know if you are able to see this Anaconda 3 folder. Are you able to see? Whoever has installed, are you able to see this new folder is created for you called Anaconda 3 64-bit? Can you see this? Yes. Okay. And if your internet is slow and if it is taking time, this 467 MB is taking time, no worries. This is a very simple thing. You can do it after the class following the recordings. No worries. Okay. What we are doing here, you can follow it and you can do it at your own pace. So if you see this, can you see something is written called Jupyter Notebook? And something is written as Anaconda Navigator. Can you see this round green color circle? Right? Click on this green color circle called Anaconda Navigator. Okay, I'll tell you what is this. If your installation is done, you can open your Jupyter Notebook. Sorry, you can open your Anaconda, and in your Anaconda folder, there is a green color, this circle, something called Anaconda Navigator. It will be written. You click on that Anaconda Navigator. Only one time I want to show you this. Later on, we are not going to open Jupyter. From this, I'll tell you another approach. But I just want to show you what all things Anaconda has given me, right? So just let me expand this. 1 second. So this is always a problem because this Anaconda Navigator is a very slow process. So we just for one time, I just wanted to show you. But basically, we don't open in this way. I wanted to show you which all things have installed. Give me 1 minute. Again, let me open it. Okay, so there is a new versions of Anaconda available. No, remind me later. Okay, so can you see my window? So this is Anaconda Navigator. So if you install Anaconda successfully, you can see this navigator and you can see so many things come, right? So here you can see so many things. I'll explain you which all things are important for us. So you can see something called Jupyter Lab, right? You can see Jupyter Lab. So Jupyter Lab and Jupyter Notebook are very similar. Jupyter Notebook is a individual notebook. Lab is a kind of, it's a pie chart kind of environment you will get, where you in the right hand side you have all of these Jupyter files. Notebooks will be present in the left hand side, right hand side. You can run the code. I'll show you. Okay, so you can click on. So basically, this is the ID that we will be using. 1 second. Let me highlight. So this is one and this is one. These are the two famous ID we will be using for data science. Okay, this is what? This is IDE. What is IDE? So it is, what is IDE? Who can explain? Integrated Development Environment. Any other IDE you know for other languages you have used?
Eclipse.
Eclipse.
Yes,
And
Eclipse,
PyCharm.
IntelliJ, and yeah, PyCharm, right? So like that, for these two are the ID for mostly for scientific computing for Python. Okay, for Python, this is one ID, this is one, and this is two. This two ID we got. We have not installed. We just simply like downloaded and click next, 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 done. So we got this two. Along with that, we are also getting. Along with that, we are also getting something orange and R. These are not required for us. If you really want to explore, you can explore later. Please mute yourself, everyone. If you have any doubt, you can unmute and ask. Okay. R Studio, you can also write R code using this thing, and you can see the very good thing happened in the latest release, that is VS Code. One of my favorite after Jupyter is this. So people who are like kind of PyCharm lover, they will love this VS Code, right? So VS Code is also supported. So Anaconda is giving you 3 ID actually. So this is all in one. No need to take the headache of installing each of these individually. So IDE 3. So you're getting 3 IDEs: Jupyter Notebook, Spider, and VS Code. Okay, so you can use even Lab. Jupyter Lab is also kind of very similar to Jupyter Notebook, but this is also kind of IDE only. Okay, so all of these IDEs are already present. Okay, so there are two ways. You can click this launch so that it will launch from here, but this is not a good way to launch it. From terminal, we will be launching every time. But today, now I will show you how to open all of this IDE. So what we will do is, I will click on this, any of this. Let's say I will click on this Jupyter Notebook first, right? So you can see something will open. See all of these things. This is Jupyter Notebook. This is one notebook. Don't worry, we will be very much comfortable in Jupyter. There is a 1-hour tutorial. Okay, you could not find. Okay, maybe you already installed Anaconda previously. That's why you're not getting. So the version of Anaconda is older. Maybe you can upgrade Anaconda, right? Because VS Code is recently added. You can upgrade, or right, you can upgrade Anaconda, or you can uninstall and install again the latest one. So VS Code is newly introduced. Okay, but you should get it because I have also installed a few days back. Anybody else is there who is not getting VS Code?
So, ma'am,
Okay, okay.
what I think
Oh,
is because
yeah, I got it.
your
Yeah.
machine
So
is already have a VS Code installed. That's why.
yes, that's the reason. VS Code you have to install separately. Okay, VS Code you have to install separately so that here you can launch it from Anaconda Navigator. So that's what I was thinking, because 2 ID only it will give Jupyter Notebook and Spider. By default you will get 2 ID, but VS Code sometime I can hear it. It is echoing. Please mute. So VS Code, if you install, sorry, I'm so sorry. VS Code you will not get. I heard a news. It's a very latest update. I think last week I was reading an article. VS Code is supporting notebook file. That is the article is all about. So I thought in the latest release they included it, but actually VS Code you have to separately install. But this is a good news that VS Code, in using VS Code you will find environment like notebook. So VS Code is supporting notebook internally. This is a new addition to VS Code. Okay, Okay, leaving that aside, most of the things that we will be doing using Jupyter Notebook. That is the ID which we are going to use, and most of the production environment also we are going to use Jupyter Notebook. So Jupyter Lab, you have seen Jupyter Notebook. Now let's start this Jupyter Lab, right? So if you click on Jupyter Lab, you can see it is very similar to kind of your PyCharm kind of environment. See, you can see all of this thing in the right hand side, right? And let's say any of this, you can click on this, and then in the in this window you can here you can click on new and all that. So this we will understand tomorrow. It will take 1 hour time. If I tell you now also, you will not understand what is console, what is notebook, how to start. Once you understand Jupyter Lab will be very easy. Okay, what is edit, view, and what is this notebook and all that. 1 hour complete uh, discussion we will do in tomorrow's class. Okay, Jupyter Notebook we will discuss in detail. But what I mean to say is Anaconda installation will give you everything in one place. Python is installed, Jupyter is installed, Spider is installed, packages are installed. So what do you mean by packages? Open your this thing, and if you type some packages like NumPy, Pandas, you will not get error. Already it is installed for you, right? Almost uh, 50 plus packages, right, already installed for you, whatever is necessary basically for data science, right? Basic packages. Okay, so is it clear so far? Anybody is there who has some problem installing Anaconda, or
Madam, I
it is
have
all?
one question.
Yeah.
This is Kalyan speaking here. So I installed Anaconda 1 week ago, right? So I'm not getting VS codes. So should I install VS Code before installing Anaconda to get that plugin on this
No.
software?
No. You can install after now also you can install VS Code so that you will get a plugin. So my system already has VS Code. That's why I'm
Okay.
getting a plugin here. Yeah.
Is that
So
a
you
free
can,
software, ma'am, or licensed?
no, it is free.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So is it clear? Everyone is clear till this part? Everyone is clear? Everyone has installed Anaconda? Everything is clear? Any doubt? Okay. Great.
Is
So
that
if your
Microsoft? Sorry. Is that
no
Microsoft
problem.
VS Code, ma'am?
So VS Code.
Is that Microsoft Visual Studio Code? Is that the right abbreviation for VS Code?
Yes, VS Code, if you type, you will get, and you can download it. Once you download it with Git, if you have Git, you can also integrate everything. Git, VS Code, and Jupyter Lab, everything you can integrate. And also,
Okay.
I have not used Jupyter Notebook inside VS Code. That thing I have to explore. It is very recently added. Why Jupyter Notebook is famous for data science? Because most of the things, like in web development, we have many scripts and many things, right? Like in one script, we write all the, let's say, Flask or any application. So one, we have written the index and then images we're keeping and all that. So that is not how data science projects are. So that's why, and most of the things are like the graphs, and here you will be generating so many graphs, right? Here you have to kind of write documents, you have to explain your code to your stakeholders. So this kind of things are very handy. Like if you see, I can show you some of the notes. Let's say this is one of the project, data science project. So using this, see, I have given the notes. This is not possible in other ID like PyCharm and other ID. This kind of the documentation I cannot do. See, I have written the steps what I have done in this project, and then I can install packages here only. Let's say this is a new package. I don't need to go to the terminal. Here only I can install the packages. I can write headings, bold. It supports Markdown. That's the basic difference of Jupyter with respect to any other ID. So Jupyter Notebook supports Markdown. So you can write HTML kind of code here. So you can write HTML like kind of highlight, italic. You can font size here, blue color, red color, green color, and then nice documentation. So any visualization, just below you will see the code, right? It is very because here everything that we are doing is with respect to data. So we have done some filter or some operation. We want to check immediately how the data is looking. And it is very clear, right? What we have done is very clear. So that's why Jupyter is very good, especially for data science. See here, all of this, I have written a code, and all of this results, all of these outputs are just below. So for example, this one, right? I can see the result, output, everything is just below. So that this is one simple project, right? See the code, the output, everything is in one particular cell, and I can write my observations. If I want to write some text, right, I can write, let's say this is my observation. So like how we do comment, right? How we write comment and change it to markdown. I'll give you a complete tutorial tomorrow, okay? Where you can write your code by yourself. See, this is a kind of very great, like this is a text. I can write bullet points, I can give points, everything I can give. See, this kind of charts, everything. So I can select this much. It's a kind of very handy tool for statistics and the visualization. So that's why Jupyter is good. And these all things I cannot do if I'm using PyCharm, right? The figure will be in a separate file, or even though I am looking the figure in the console, it will not be very big like Jupyter, right? So that's why it is famous for data science. Okay, most of the things that we will be doing here is on Jupyter. So this is one complete data science project that I'm showing you. Now you can understand why. Is it clear? So these graphs are clear here. So code, graph, documentation, hyperlinks, YouTube links, italic, bold, numbers, everything, whatever you are doing in a markdown, everything you can do. Along with that, you can write your Python code. Not only Python, it supports Julia, it supports R. So you can write, even it supports Scala. So you can write 3-4 language code using Jupyter. Okay, did you get a high level understanding why Jupyter is good for data science? Later you will understand, maybe tomorrow once I explain you. Okay, so yeah, so I will pause here. So this is so I don't want to start Jupyter Notebook today because it will take 1 hour, at least 40 to 45 minutes. Last class I told everybody to go through Jupyter Notebook tutorial, and many of my previous batch students, they have not gone through the recording because I understand everybody has busy schedule, and for the entire first week they were not able to understand what I am doing, because from yesterday onwards, from tomorrow onwards, I am going to start using Jupyter. The first Python code I will be writing using Jupyter. So if you don't know Jupyter, you will face you will not be very comfortable, right? So what I will do before I start Python, quick revision we will do on Jupyter Notebook. Tomorrow I will give you a tutorial on Jupyter Notebook. Few of the things, most important things, I will tell you in the class. But if you want to know a detailed description about Jupyter, I will share you the link. You can go through my link. It is already there in YouTube, and you can go through entire 1 hour video to make yourself very much expert in Jupyter. Now, after going through that 1 hour video, you can open a Jupyter Notebook file and you can create documents like this by your own. You can highlight, you can bold, you can italic, you can make the font size how much you want, different font style, theme, color, bullet points, hyperlinks, images, videos, everything you can add. Okay, so far all clear? Today what we have seen, right? Today we have installed Python in our system using Anaconda. We have downloaded Python and we have installed Python. Along with Python, we also installed Jupyter, Spider and other IDE. Tomorrow we will be looking Jupyter Notebook tutorial, and day after tomorrow onwards, even tomorrow only, we will start basic Python. So far all clear?
Ma'am, you're sharing the documentation link now.
The YouTube link, right? Second,
So
it is there.
it will be easy for us to refer and to attend the next class.
Yeah, Jupyter Notebook tutorial. It is there in Durga's YouTube link only. Give me 2 minutes. Let me search. Okay, I'm searching in YouTube, and I'll share the link here.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. So yeah, just give me 2 minutes.
Ma'am, it will be very helpful if you share the link today itself.
Yeah. I'm just searching. Once I get it, I will share. So now only I will share it so that you can prepare and come to the class, right? One second. This is demo session 2. 1 second. Let me. Yeah. So I got the link. Let me share. Yes, I got the link.
Also for the recordings, will we get a SharePoint
Yeah.
link or?
Yeah, no, it will be Google Drive, Google Drive link. So you will be getting a Google Drive link where everything will be shared. So I will, you can see 8:30 p.m. So what I will do is I will create the structure of Google Drive will be first is your class notes and one is your assignment. So in class notes, you will find respective folder you have to search. Python basic, Python advanced, machine learning, statistics, like that folders I'll create. In assignment also you'll get assignment from day 3 onwards. When we start data structure and functions, when we start, right, from that day onward, I will share assignments with you. And on Saturday class, we will be practicing the coding practice. We are doing it at 8:30 p.m. batch. So we'll continue with your batch. Maybe this Saturday we will not continue because it's a very new class. This Saturday, very less topic. Next Saturday onwards, every Saturday we will connect to kind of do some coding practice. Okay. Mostly the questions will be from assignment that I have shared. Okay. So it's a kind of quiz. And once we go with the machine learning side, we will be doing project. So it's an online live coding class where you will be coding and I will be guiding you. The project you will be doing and I will be guiding you, right? That kind of thing we will do once we start machine learning. Before machine learning, it's a coding practice session where I will be sharing the assignments question. And in the class, you have to code it. And then we will discuss the solution. Okay, so this is the YouTube link where you can go and learn about Jupyter. This is very clearly explained 1 hour. And let me know, like, if you can you go through it? Should we skip the Jupyter tutorial and only discuss if you have any doubt, or do you want me to again go through like that? We can save 1 hour time and we can kind of discuss other things. What I will do is you go through the YouTube link, learn, and tomorrow I will only take doubts. If you have any doubt with respect to Jupyter, I'll tell you at high level, I'll tell you, no worries. I'll take 10-15 minutes and very basic things I will tell you. But in case you have any doubt, please ask me in tomorrow's class. Okay? Before we jump into Python course. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So this is the first class. You have not missed anything. Whoever joined today, this is the first class. Just the introduction, like the demo class we have done. So in the demo class, I just explained the course content and I answered few queries. So today, content wise, today is the first class. You have not missed anything. So we are doing the software installation in the first class and making ourselves comfortable with the IDE, that is Jupyter. Okay, your assignment for today's class is see the YouTube video and make yourself comfortable in Jupyter so that tomorrow when I start Jupyter Notebook, you will be at least pre-prepared for the class. Okay.
And also you said you will be sharing the new syllabus by adding few of the things and removing the older ones. So
Yes.
we have not yet got. So when time
Sure.
permits,
Thank you for,
can you please share?
yeah. Yes, sure. So I will upload everything in the drive. So I think today the drive will be created, Google Drive. So in the Google Drive, there will be a folder called software installation and there is another folder called demo. So in the demo, if you click, you will find demo recordings and the syllabus is present. Tomorrow I will share you the syllabus in the class. Okay, the updated syllabus I will share in the class. So one more thing I just wanted to tell you, because today is the first class, right? What we have, so whatever is mentioned in the syllabus, everything line by line, word by word, we are going to complete. Okay, it's not like whatever is promised will be delivered. So the syllabus I will up to date, and everything at the end of the class I will again ask you to open the syllabus and let me know if anything is skipped. So until unless each and every point that is written in the syllabus is not completed, the course is not going to over. Okay, it's not strictly like the timing. It's not like 1.5 months means 1.5. It's more like how you're understanding. Some batches also we extend, some batches it finish 1-2 class kind of before. So it all depends how you understand and how you're taking the concepts, right? And one more thing is, data science is not a simple programming language where if I tell you the syntax, you can understand. It's more towards logic. Everything is new to you. Even like when I was learning data science first time, in the first attempt, many of the things are like after attending the classes, so many doubts from my side, right? So you have to give effort from your side as well. It's not like no matter how hard I try, I cannot make you 100% understand. You cannot get it until unless you go to your home and whatever has been covered in the class, at least 1 hour you give from your side every day. And it is like once pandas you will understand. When I start statistics, if you miss class and if you do not follow class, you do not do the assignments, you will miss the flow. That is for sure, because so many things, right? We are learning machine learning, we are learning. So these are complex concepts. It's not only me. Instead of me, anybody, if anybody in this earth will teach you, and if you do not follow, you do not do the assignment, simply attend the class, means you will lose the flow for sure. I can give you writings. So what you need to do is ask me, ma'am, what you're going to teach in the next class, right? I will tell you the topic name. Few basic things you can prepare for the class and come. That will help you also, and that will kind of help me also. Are you getting? For example, let's say statistics. Tomorrow we are going to see mean, median, mode, standard deviation, and this. So these are nothing new concepts for you, right? You already know what is mean, median, mode. Few basic things if you can prepare and come to the class, and after the class, if you again prepare, you can very easily complete the syllabus. Okay. Okay. Thank you all. We'll connect again tomorrow. And tomorrow topic is Jupyter Notebook tutorial and Python basic. We will start. So we will start what is Python, what is how to import a package. Please mute yourself, everyone, for the benefit of others. Please mute yourself. So tomorrow's topics are Jupyter Notebook installation and Jupyter Notebook tutorial at a high level. I will not take much time, only 15 minutes I will take to kind of summarize the 1 hour video. After that, we will go to the Python course. Tomorrow we will be discussing what is Python, how to import packages, how to take help, right? And then what is print, how to comment, indentation and variable. These are the very basic concepts on Python we will be discussing tomorrow. Okay. Thank you all. We'll connect tomorrow. Any doubt in today's class, or we are all good? Can we connect tomorrow? Yes. Ensemble
Yes.
techniques, I will include XGBoost. Thank you, Binod, for reminding me. I'll include XGBoost. Yeah. No doubts, right? Can we connect tomorrow then?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.